Good morning and welcome to the Sunday show, the Sunday coffee show with Omnibroslive. That's right, I'll be pouring hot coffee over a really shitty book today. No, that's not true. We are live on a Sunday with my co-hosts. I've got three of them today. One of them still getting his coffee. One is the fabulous Comics Guide 101 host, Lou. Lou, how's it going, dude? Hey now. And with the screen set up so he can try and defeat the table, there's Ryley Mo, the Omnibus Collector himself.
I'm practicing my moves, man.
Okay, there it is.
Before I face off against the table itself.
This is his redemption story. This is Rocky 2 to his Rocky 1.
This is not going to be only about the table, but the table will feature heavily in this. And Lou, right before we started, you were talking about some mangoes you were reading.
Mangoes. Give me a joke. And yeah, I was talking to Ryley about a manga that I've been reading. But just first things first, housekeeping.
Oh, that's right.
If I wanted to order manga or trade paperbacks or hardcovers, where can I go?
I would suggest InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. There's always, every quarter, a live Omnibroslive discount code. Over $50 in the United States gets you free shipping, fabulous packaging, and fabulous customer service. That's InStockTrades.com.
Nice. Just 50% off. How do they do it?
I don't know. I don't know how they do it. Orders over $50 gets you free shipping. That's crazy.
That's nuts.
I don't know how they do it. Any order is $4 shipping. I did a $4 order the other day where I said, I'm not going to jack it up to $50 just so I can get free shipping.
Was that $4 order for the Batman comic?
For Bat Dong?
Yes.
My God, Jess.
Well, it's a piece of history, man.
Okay, I think I figured it out. I think I figured this out.
You did? Okay, wait. Yeah, you want me to isolate you on the screen?
Okay, because I'm gonna quote John Tron.
Please.
I have no idea
who's that.
A don't do it and B don't do it, then what do it? Because there's only two it. That's what he said in a video.
What up, ladies?
And there's Gabe from Gabe Infinity Watch.
What's up, guys? Did Ryley beat up that table yet?
Not yet, but I figured it out. So as I'm saying, A and B don't do it. But then I found out that you can do a combination of A and B. And all right, so look, A does that punch, B does that punch. But if I combine them, they do this uppercut punch. Now this is something new. This is new development. Why is this blocking the door? That's the question, Reed. That is the question of the day. I have no idea. Let's just move it. Sue, I wish it was that simple.
It is.
Oh my God, it gave me instructions?
Yeah, you skipped them. You skipped them last time because you were like, fuck these word bubbles. You were like, fuck dialogue boxes.
What the fuck?
And you fucked yourself. You played yourself, son.
How many playthroughs did you watch to get to this point?
He hasn't watched any, but it just gave you instructions. Why are you having trouble? It's
because this game is bad.
It said double tap something.
Always double tap.
Yeah, didn't it say double tap the directional pad?
No, all you gotta do is lift it up. You gotta lift up the table.
Oh no, this is a repeat of last time. This is not going well.
Oh! He did it! Suck it, table.
Hey, wait! Somebody screenshot this for Ryley
Is he just gonna carry it
for
around
historical purposes.
Oh my God, I did it!
Yay!
Is he just gonna carry it around the whole level?
Yeah.
Well, he already dropped it when I walked through I thought I could, but he dropped it.
And this is why Fantastic Four is my favorite comic book.
There's no reason to play the rest of this game, though.
No, you achieved exactly what you wanted to do. That's pretty impressive.
You moved the table like your Hispanic heritage.
It is way too early.
You're now a furniture mover.
I get to actually fight things. Wow. This is not as exciting as that table was, though. Can I lift plants, though? Is that?
It's not that exciting for us either, because it's not going to take you a week to beat these guys up.
Look at that!
He picked up a plant. Told you. Heritage, son.
I feel like
you broke it.
Fiddler on the Roof singing Tradition.
He'll do your whole house for $20.
Look, she can do it too.
She's cleaning the house too.
This is an equal opportunity game right here. Oh my gosh.
No, it is racist and sexist is what this game is.
All right, well, I'm done with the table, guys. Wow, that was exciting.
You did it.
There you go, folks. This is the peak of our YouTube channel.
Okay, we're signing off. Good day.
We are now canceling this this channel. We have our pinnacle.
We had a good run.
The show is done.
You have jumped the shark.
We have jumped the shark, exactly.
We lifted the table.
Ryley, wait, I'm sorry. Ryley, do you have a sign in your house that says "Thick Thighs Save Lives"?
Yes, I do.
And what's the meaning behind that?
It's true.
It means that thick thighs save lives.
Any color on that you want to flesh that out with, or we're just going with thick thighs save lives? You like thick thighs?
And they save lives.
I like thick thighs, and I cannot lie. Those other brothers can deny.
Thighs and they save some lives.
Dude, the best part about this show is not Ryley beating that table, but it's just reciting rap lyrics.
Well, I'd like to thank everyone. I just wanted to thank everyone who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. I'd like to thank the makers of this game for adding that text bubble that could tell me how to lift tables. And I'd also like to play Silver Surfer on the NES.
Now, is that game supposed to be hard?
Yes.
That game has the greatest box art ever. It's beautiful box art. I love it. I want a tattoo of that surfer. But the label on the game is just horrific. The label on the game just says Silver Surfer. There's no art. There's no design. It's just basic text.
Where are you going to tattoo it? Are you going to put it on your butt cheek?
I was just thinking that.
Good.
I was going to put it on the bat wing.
On your bat wing?
On my bat wing.
Well, so now what's our topic?
I don't know. I thought that was going to take the whole hour, honestly.
Yeah.
Peak Omni Bros.
What's that?
We've reached peak Omni Bros. Lloyd Wong, this episode feels so anticlimactic now.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, nothing lives up.
Well, comic books. Let's see.
Funny books.
Funny books.
Wait, Gabe, which level should I play?
The first level?
Yeah, but it's like Mega Man style. You can choose your level. Like, there's this angry alligator, Morbius the vampire. Looks like a Skrull mixed with Thanos. Simon Williams with white hair, and I'm assuming Firelord.
I'm gonna go Firelord.
Okay, that's a good choice because it's the only one that I definitively knew.
We do have a comics-related question. What are you guys' thoughts on the Captain Marvel trailer?
Oh God, Luis, go for it. Just rip it up, bro.
No, I'll let you guys go first.
I died.
You already died?
The game's hard, man. The game's hard.
I was testing the waters. I forgot if like you had to stay over the magma or whatever. I was like, oh, can I fly into the rocks? The answer was no. Can't. Oh my God. I died again.
Northern Rad, one of the most powerful beings in the universe, gets knocked.
I love the death scene or the screen when he dies.
I like how Firelord looks like he's some kind of Super Saiyan.
I personally did like the Captain Marvel trailer. I thought the music was really epic. It made me excited. It got me going. I liked it when her eyes lit on fire, and I like the fact that she doesn't smile, that she's a complete badass. It got me excited to see the movie. I would have liked to have seen a little more. I loved her plummeting into a blockbuster video. That was awesome. I would have liked to have seen a little more superpower and Skrull action. I liked her punching that old lady. I would have liked to have seen a little more superpowers in it, but it got me going enough to say that I'm very interested in it, and I definitely do want to see it. Those are my thoughts, and my thoughts alone, because you're about to hear completely different thoughts from somebody else.
Yeah, I died again. I think I got a game over.
Look at a sad surfer.
Yeah, I'm done. Wow. I'm gonna try and fight the crocodile guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Gabe, what did you think of the Captain Marvel trailer?
Well, I absolutely loved. I loved it. I think it was great. I agree with everything Jess was saying. It's fun that she lost her. It's exciting to see her use her powers a little bit in it. In the trailer itself, girls look cool. The idea of like running back some more like creepy. I would love to see this the three-headed blobby monster. So I'm hoping for stuff like that. I have a lot of high hopes for the movie based on the trailer. It's going to be like just huge surge in Captain Marvel merchandise. Little girls wanting to be Marvel. I guarantee that those will all come into fashion. I think it's going to be the next, not iconic like Wonder Woman is, but I think it's going to be another image for the female community. I think they're going to push that pretty hard for this. And I'm excited. And I'm calling it here first. You heard it here first, everybody.
And
Luis hates everything.
After Luis talks about his view, I think there's a bet that can be had, but let's hear what Luis has to say.
There is not one thing in that trailer that made me excited. I'm being honest. It wasn't disappointing. It was just it looks mediocre. I mean, we are spoiled. That's my 2 cents on it, and I'm gonna have the dissenting opinion on this. We are completely spoiled this day and age with the Infinity Wars, the Logans, the big movie. There's just nothing in there that just makes me go, oh wow, this looks like amazing. Like I have to see this. It just looks like stuff I've already seen before. It doesn't really feel like it. Okay, this is just going off of the teaser. It doesn't really feel like it has its really own identity. It feels like I've seen this movie 1,000 other times. Like with Guardians of the Galaxy, it had its own identity. It had its own feel. Just setting this in the 90s doesn't really do anything for me. I mean, I guess they're trying to play up on the nostalgia, and it kind of works within the timeline, setting it in the 90s, because you can get away with setting it before Infinity War. But based on everything that I've seen, I'm interested to see it, but more in the context that it's in the MCU, and it's going to be the thing that kind of pseudo leads up to Infinity War. But there was nothing in there that I went, oh shit, like I have to run out and watch that opening weekend. Just me.
You are a thief of joy.
I know. I'm horrible.
So there was a little bit of chit chat, a little bit of banter, a little bit of back and forth between the two of you. Did you guys ever decide on a bet?
No, I don't think so. I think me and Gabe, we were talking in the chat. Gabe thinks this is going to be something along the lines of the next like Black Panther, like something really huge. And there's nothing wrong with that. I personally see this more being along the lines of maybe something along the lines of like an Ant-Man or something like that, where it's a bit smaller in terms of not critical reception or anything like that, because it's going to do, regardless, it's going to do well at the box office, because leading up to Infinity War, and you know the general movie going audience is, for lack of a better term, not that bright. So they're gonna probably think this is like it's true.
People.
It's true.
He's talking about your mamas.
It's true. And it's gonna be something that I'm playing the heel today, by the way, the villain. It's gonna be something that a lot of people are gonna go, oh shit! Like I genuinely think a lot of people are gonna go into this expecting, oh, this is gonna be the sequel to Infinity Gauntlet. Like this is what's gonna happen after, and they're gonna walk in and not realize, oh, this really isn't the case. I think this is gonna do about Ant-Man numbers, a little bit more. And if I'm wrong, that's great. I don't want to see a bad movie, and I want it to do well, and I want it to be a good movie. I was surprised with Wonder Woman. I thought Wonder Woman was gonna be. It didn't look that hot, but it turned out to be fucking great.
I bet I won.
Hey, and you're right. You called it, but I just
even just female movies apparently.
No, don't put that out there. No.
Yeah, you hated Wonder Woman, and now you hate Captain Marvel.
Hey,
I see a pattern here.
I ended up loving Wonder Woman. I really ended up enjoying that film, other than that little girl who can't act for shit.
See, there you go.
Hater. That little girl was terrible.
Little girl hater.
At least Wonder Woman from the trailer, I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. It seems like it has its own identity. It's set in during World War I. This one, it's like, oh, okay, we're doing this 90s thing. You're kind of just relying on the nostalgia of my generation. And yeah. So, but I think it's going to be about Ant-Man numbers.
No, I think it's definitely going to be bigger than Ant-Man. I mean, this is going to be like Wonder Woman status, like I said. Or maybe even at least Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay. Because
it's going to be one of those like sleeper quiet hits nobody knew about. Nobody cares about this character. So it's going to end up being like Deadpool, Guardians of the Galaxy, where all of a sudden Captain Marvel will be everybody's favorite character. So I think it's going to fall exactly in line with that. It can't be this quiet. Like, here's the thing. The Ant-Man movies don't really connect to the MCU very well. At all. Correct?
I kind of like them for that, though. They're their own stand.
Right. But Captain Marvel is going to be that stepping stone that takes us past Thanos.
Yeah.
So it has to be connected.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's going to probably be that first platform that's going to, or like root or stem or whatever, that's going to branch out into everything else that's coming after Thanos. So it's not going to be Ant-Man where it's going to be a quiet, you don't really need to watch the movie too much. They threw in one or two little mentions of what's going on in the universe. Ant-Man is basically Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. In that respect, in that kind of status that they put those importance on those types of shows and movies. But Captain Marvel is going to have to be exciting. It has to pull everybody in. It's going to have to be that bigger movie to bring people past Thanos and into what I'm assuming is going to be like a Skrull, Kree, space age, cosmic next couple of phases. So this is going to be that hook that is supposed to bring everybody into it. And Disney is not going to let that fall and not be successful.
Well, I'm not saying
that's what I think.
No, it's fine. I'm not saying it's not going to be successful. I'm saying I don't see it being like on the scale of Black Panther. Black Panther was a cultural phenomenon. Like you had people showing up to movie theaters and dashikis and embracing their culture and sharing it with people, and that was a cultural phenomenon. I think this is going to be more along the line of just like, oh, this was a regular blockbuster. Like people go out, they see it, and in a few weeks, okay, move on to the next one.
No, I agree. I don't think it's going to be Black Panther. I don't think. Maybe I misspoke. I don't remember saying that it's going to be Black Panther, but it's going to be Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Esque. I mean, I don't think people are going to show up and buy out entire theaters for just women, or that what happened at one theater where they only allowed women in to see this special screening, and only women who worked at the theater at the time. Yeah, it's not going to be like that, but it's going to be that next, like, grab all. I want to be a nerd, but I'm going to attach it to something cool, and that image for me is going to be Captain Marvel. That's going to be Captain Marvel. Will be now no longer known as Marvel. We're never going to end up getting like a Marvel storyline further than this. Probably dies in it super early. He probably shows up to America and automatically gets cancer and dies.
Who's playing Marvel in this?
What's his face? Lu Jia?
Jude Law.
I switched those letters around.
Lu Jia.
Yeah, Lu Jia. Yeah, that's almost like Lane Wayne now.
It's
Where's John
like
P to get
Omar.
his shit? Yeah.
Okay, this game is ass. I'm just gonna. Okay, so it was Alligator Man was Reptile, Morbius was Mephisto.
Huh.
It was the Skrull Emperor, and then Simon Williams was actually the Possessor.
What up, Matt Miranda?
Yeah, and then the gameplay is too hard. I mean I know I can just get good, but anyway. But I thought the Captain Marvel trailer was pretty good. When they first announced the actor, I was kind of ambivalent and didn't know what to expect. I thought they're not buff enough to play a superhero, and then the costume was kind of weird looking at first glances. But I think that Zachary Levi really has grown into the role of Captain Marvel. And that trailer was...
I was wondering where the fuck he's going with
I was wondering too. That was awesome.
I was like, I can hear a feminist typing on the keyboard right now. Is he body shaming Brie Larson?
No, I thought it was a decent trailer that looks like the movie is gonna do a good job of what it needs to do, and I hope that it does really well. She's an interesting character. She's got an interesting role coming up in the Marvel universe because they're hyping her up as the one who can beat Thanos, basically. So it's a big deal, and I think she's bridging some gaps of not only like between the Infinity Wars movies and giving us a possible hero who can defeat Thanos, used as that linchpin in the second Infinity movie, but as well, she's bringing us the Skrulls. So she's bringing us a huge cosmic entity that has been off limits for the past 10 years of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. And like Gabe said, this could bring us to like Kree Skrull War and stuff like that. So that's pretty interesting. I think that I'm almost more interested in what this movie can mean for everything going forward than what it can mean for itself. But at the same time, I don't think it's going to be anything, to just bat your eyes at. It's going to be a movie worth seeing. And I don't know, they really haven't done anything that I've been like, this is bullshit. So
three of us are right and one of us is wrong.
Probably. I should also note that I'm also getting kind of tired of the whole shared universe concept at this point. Like I'm enjoying more of the single films, like the single character films, more than the shared universe stuff at this point. Like I love Logan, I love Deadpool 1 and 2, and even Ant-Man to an extent. It's really not that connected. Ant-Man 2 is really not that connected to the greater MCU until the very, very end. So
I love all those movies. I love them all.
I enjoy them. I'm just kind of getting burned out on the whole shared universe thing.
Do we talk about comics anymore?
Where's Nick Munoz when we need him?
Like I like these movies because they bring more out of the comics and they bring forth new reprints of old material. So that's really like my biggest draw towards them, is just seeing what's going to be put out now for the comics. And I enjoy the movies, but they're not the end all be all for anything. And Gabe didn't know that there's In-N-Out in Texas.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you guys were just like Whataburger and like nonsense like that.
Yeah, because Whataburger is better than In-N-Out, and we don't care.
Okay, time for Ryley to get signed off.
Have they announced an omnibus of that terrible Kelly Sue DeConnick run?
Not
The
yet.
one everybody says that you should read to get caught up on Captain Marvel.
I was so disappointed when I first read that run. Like I always feel bad about saying it because of how much fervor there is, but like I expected like 10 out of 10 amazingness, and it was just, I was like, this is okay.
And the art takes a dive halfway through it.
I didn't even really like Dexter Soy's artwork at the beginning.
Yeah.
It was just really shit because I was like, okay, I really like Kelly Sue, and you know, she's an interesting character I haven't read much of. And then I read it and I was like, wow, I don't like, and I bought all of it. Like I bought all the trades.
Same.
When it was, you know, coming out of that first series. And the whole like Enemy Within crossover, and I read it and I was like excited. And I remember finishing those books just thinking like, it was good, right? It was good. I really liked this. And then I read Miss Marvel and I was like, this is good. Like this is, yeah, I don't know.
Jim Mint, you are asking for a timeout, my friend.
Whataburger is better than anyone.
Don't test me.
This is how the Jim Mint Jeff show starts, is with that insult.
Don't test me. Gabe, you got White Castle there in Vegas too?
Yeah, we got 2 White Castles out here.
Oh my God, I'm going to have so much fun when I go there.
It was crazy because we never had White Castle. White Castle doesn't come out this way, right? But we had this big food fest over this one weekend a few years ago. And there was like a mobile White Castle that showed up. And that line for just that booth alone was 12 hours long.
Jesus.
People were waiting 12 hours to get fucking White Castle burgers.
Wow.
And then that happened again 2 more years in a row. So I guess that kind of lit and sparked the idea of, you know, them actually opening up a chain here. So there's one on the Strip and there's one in Fremont. So either way, we get to go have some White Castle and see homeless people pee on each other. So that's going to be an experience.
I can't decide which one sounds better.
The nearest White Castle, it's funny, I looked it up on the website, and when you type it in, it shows you like retail locations that sell White Castle burgers. And there's one down the street from me, like 2 minutes away. But the nearest actual White Castle is in Columbia, Missouri.
Columbia, Missouri?
Get going now.
And dude, I love White Castle. Man, those things are great.
I like White Castle too. They're fun.
It's different than a regular hamburger for people who don't know. It's like this really weird, like steamed meat, onions, and bread. It's the oddest thing, like little sliders. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I just get a taste for it out of nowhere, and I just have to just go for it and get like 6 of those things.
Yeah, I've just had the frozen ones that you can buy at the store. Which I guess makes it not too much because you steam them. Like they're in a little plastic bag and you like heat them up and they steam in there, but it's not the real. I'm not gonna even try to say it's the real thing.
I do like Habit Burger Spartan Blue. Last time there's one around here, but I haven't been to it, but I went to it in California back in July. We started out at In-N-Out, and my friends and I, then we ended up at Habit Burger, so I had them both. So, yeah, like that.
Yeah, and Clark Nato, there is a hooker / White Castle special. It's the number 4 on the menu.
Goody! I'm gonna have it even more fun.
They call it the Gabe.
That's right.
Gabe. Everybody has their favorite burger. Tyler Trent is ranting and raving.
I like Junior's Columbia Burger is my favorite burger. Gabe knows about that.
Is that the one with the hot dog on it?
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, good.
Yeah, it's the hamburger with the hot dog and broken up Lay's potato chips.
Oh my God, that sounds good.
It's like stoner starving kind of food.
It's so good though.
I know. I need to come down there and try that. We've been talking about it for 2 years now.
I'll wait till you come out here, Jess. I'll show you all the best places.
Right on, man.
We're gonna do some fun shit. I still need to ask for those days off. I keep forgetting.
Okay. I still need to get my plane flight, so I keep forgetting.
That's gonna be a good time because what is it? It's Herberto Ramos, Greg Horn signing at the store at Torpedo Comics, and then the next day, so that's Saturday, and then Sunday is Adam Hughes, who you originally were coming out for, and then special added guest J. Scott Campbell. So now you get it's gonna be an out of control signing. Yeah.
It was Humberto Ramos and who else?
Greg Horn.
Oh yeah, all right. I know his stuff.
What up, Fantastic Four novels?
Oh, did they hear about me beating a table? I did it. I did the impossible.
Yeah, you read dialogue bubbles. It's like those things. Like, has anybody ever like did like not like real tech support, but somebody goes, like a friend calls you up or somebody, and he goes, "My computer's not working," and you're like, "Okay, well, what's going on?" And just one of those things where they don't tell you like an error dialogue is popping up, and they just get hitting OK on it, and that's all the information we needed.
I was gonna say like I don't read, and then I remembered I was like, wait, this whole thing is comics. What am I talking about? And I think
we're gonna be accused of one, not reading our comics, and two, not reading instructions in the comic or in the video game.
Well, number one, no one has to accuse anyone of not reading comics. Everyone knows no one reads comics. Number two,
we just buy.
Nobody reads the dialogue boxes in these games. They're not supposed to be hard.
They're not supposed to be important information.
It's not. I'm not supposed to sit there and have trouble picking up a fucking table.
Oh, Luis, I know what I wanted to talk to you about. Maniac. We gotta watch that.
Oh, yeah, everybody's talking about that. Emma Stone and Jonah Hill, right? They have a show.
I'm gonna start that tomorrow.
Yeah, everybody's talking about it, but everybody keeps saying the same thing. They have no clue what the fuck is going on.
Well, it was the same with Legion, and we still loved it.
That's true.
We'll have to binge the whole thing and then compare notes.
I will. I want to sit down with it. I'm probably gonna sit down with it tonight after I watch Predator in 4K. And I'm gonna probably knock out about 2 episodes tonight before I go to bed.
Okay, I'm gonna start it tomorrow. I have time tomorrow. Today, I'm too nervous about the football game to do anything but sit in my chair and have anxiety. But tomorrow, I'll be back to normal.
Who does your team play against today?
The Chargers, and the Chargers are good.
Good luck.
All right, that's enough of sports talk radio here.
The Chargers. The Chargers are good. That was it. That was sports.
That was
talk.
it. Yeah, that's all I'm allowed.
Yeah. Well, it's going to happen. It's going to be a big old fight in the chat of all the other sports ball players.
The Chargers are not good. That's not true at all.
That was just a sports corner. There you go.
Just a sports corner. Chargers am good. And Ryley beat the table.
Was that a sport?
Yeah.
We had bets on it.
We did have bets on it. Half the chat took the table.
Shit. Okay. Well, whatever they bet needs to go into the super chat, right?
Right. We need to discuss that super chat idea I had with Omar last night, although I think it's Omar. It's going to be hard to get Omar to agree to it.
What is that? What's going
on? Omar and I got into a disagreement about Beautiful Darkness, the book I most recently poured root beer over, and I said, I'm gonna pour root beer on you. And then Omar and I are seeing each other this weekend when we go to Baltimore Con together, and I said, we should have that be a live thing where you're reading my copy of Beautiful Darkness and I pour root beer on you, and we'll get the super chat to pony up money for it. And he was like, and how do I win in this scenario? I'm like, you don't. That's what's so great about it.
You should just do that for free.
So,
yeah.
No, keep going. I was going to say something.
No, I don't have anything to say other than it's hard to get Omar to agree to have root beer poured on him for some reason.
So, like I was going to say, the Joker. Thoughts? I know Ryley wasn't that crazy about it so far. He's hesitant.
All we've seen is still photos of him dressed up like Ed John Wayne Gacy or whoever that was.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a video out there.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a video of like behind the scenes where they're filming and you get a good glimpse of him.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that.
Was it just photos? The one where he looked like he's literally just wearing, what's his name's costume from Dark Knight?
There's a video. There's a video out there. It's not like an official video, but it's somebody recorded him acting out a scene. Like
In the chat, Ryley referred to it as a dirty cosplay version of that Joker from Dark Knight.
Yes.
And that reminds me that I need to add it to my October movies.
Oh yeah, you do.
The new It or the old like TV movie one?
The new one. I haven't seen the new one.
Oh, dude, you really need to sit down and watch the new one.
I know. That's why I just added it.
That was one of my favorite films of last year.
Right, I know. And I still haven't seen it. So I'm geared up. October's right around the corner, man.
Yeah.
You should get a Nightmare on Elm Street 2. That'll get you all geared up as well.
I'm not big into slasher movies.
I like Dream Warriors more.
Dream Warriors is the best, but number 2 is like a really weird movie.
Yeah, it is.
There's like a documentary out there about it, how it was like accidentally like one of the most homoerotic movies ever.
They didn't mean it for it to. Apparently, they didn't mean for it to be that way, but yeah,
I think they did. I don't think anybody really caught on to it.
Like apparently, the whole film is him coming to grips with his sexuality or something like. It's and it's there. The thing is, it's there when you watch it.
If you watch it like with that kind of lens, you see it everywhere. It's so bad. Not bad, but it's just so egregious. Like that, it's so bad that nobody realized that they were actually doing this. It's so funny.
I'm just excited for the new Halloween. I've heard it's getting amazing reviews, and I love Halloween. Nobody else?
I hate Halloween.
Really?
I like Halloween. I just don't like getting dressed up and all that bullshit.
No, not the holiday. The movie.
The movie. I'm gonna be in Hawaii for Halloween this year. So
are you?
Mm-hmm.
You're a hard traveling hero.
Who has the comic rights to Nightmare on Elm Street? Is that Dark Horse? Wouldn't surprise me.
No, I think the last. I mean, who knows who has the rights now? But
was
the
it
last
Dynamite?
book put out? Wasn't it Avatar?
Or is it IDW? IDW owns all that shit. Owns a bunch of movie rights.
I thought it was Dynamite. I don't know.
When it comes to just for viewer suggestions, if anybody's going to suggest to me a movie, I don't like blood and gore. What I like is things unseen. I like witches, demons, devils, and scary things that you can't really see. But I love anything supernatural and occult. That's what scares me. I'm not big into slasher movies or I know a movie I need to see. Rec 1 and Rec 2, right?
Fantastic.
Yeah, those are good.
Put down all the Saw movies on your list too.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
I forgot what I was saying.
Now, what about VHS?
No. You can skip those.
Okay.
They're not good.
Yeah, get the Blu-rays.
Why do I have feeling Gabe's trying to fuck me up? Spartan Blue problem with the Babadook. I don't like possessed children. I know, I'm pretty picky and weird when it comes to my scary movies.
The child's not possessed in that.
The child's not possessed in that?
No, not Babadook. Spoilers, yeah.
Is she the focus of the bad things happening?
It's hard to really say anything without spoiling what the Babadook is and what it's about, actually.
Okay, but the child's not possessed and committing evil?
No, the child's not possessed.
Oh, but she does commit evil.
I can't spoil the movie.
All right.
I don't want to ruin it for somebody that hasn't seen it because I really like the Babadook.
Okay.
The Babadook.
But the child's not possessed.
Okay. Well, I just don't like bad kids, evil kids, for some reason. I know, I'm weird. I have very picky taste. I like to be scared by the occult and spooky shit and the devil's backbone and things like that.
After I started having kids, I can't watch movies where like bad things happen to kids.
Yeah.
So, like I wanted to watch this documentary, or not this documentary, but this movie about the West Memphis 3. And just a moment where like I saw some bad stuff happen to kids. I was like, I'm done. I can't watch this stuff anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shit bothers me too.
There was a few years ago, there was a documentary on HBO for these kids that were they were wrongfully accused. It was like a 3-part documentary that kept coming back every few years. And I can't remember the name of it. These kids that were apparently wrongfully accused of murdering people.
Right.
It's a fascinating series of documentaries. Like they do it. I think the first one took place in the 90s. The second one took place in the 2000s. And then the most recent one, I want to say, was like 2011, 2012. And they caught up with them after like a certain amount of years. And this is where they're at right now. This is the evidence that's presented right now. Are they guilty? Are they innocent? They're adults at this point. It's a fascinating series of documentaries. It's really good. If you got an afternoon to kill, or like, I think the last one's like 4 hours long. It's really long. It's a really long series of documentaries. They are really good. And they make you, at the end, we're wondering, well, did they or did they not do it? Were they wrongfully accused because they were just kind of like the creepy goth kids in the town, and everybody just kind of rallied against them, and then they didn't have.
That sounds like the West Memphis 3.
I think that might. I'm not sure. I think
because that case and those 3. Well, they were kids, not kids anymore. I was gonna call them kids. That case has a huge like cult underground following.
Yeah.
Like it's like, what was that that Netflix series about that one kid that they pressured into admitting that he murdered his neighbor?
Oh,
that was the one that really started the whole like true crime phenomenon recently.
I forgot what it's called.
Something, yeah, but it was like that. It's one of those kind of things where it just has that popularity that sparked up behind it.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in high school, a bunch of the teenage girls at the school and teenagers in general were just really fascinated. A lot of people did book reports on it and all this kind of stuff in our classes, in our political science classes and stuff like that. So that might be what you're talking about. That's one I couldn't watch. Like there was a movie, I think Reese Witherspoon's in it because she's a part of the movement too, I guess. She made a movie and I just couldn't really watch them pulling dead kids out of like the river. It freaked me out. But yeah,
I found it. It's called Paradise Lost. Is the series, and it's on HBO.
Is it about the West Memphis 3 though?
Yeah, that's the one. It's about the West Memphis 3.
It has to be. That's just one of those famous, just like crimes that have such a following behind it.
Right. There's 3 different ones where they cover throughout their whole life, and eventually they get. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I think eventually they let them go on a technicality, like they didn't have enough evidence to prove it, but they've spent like 20 years in prison, and even then a lot of people are like, did they not do it? It's still like really a gray area.
I can't see how people can readjust to normal life after 20 years in prison for something they didn't do, quote unquote. But yeah, I mean, I might watch that. I like those types of documentaries. I don't like actually seeing the crimes.
So I still have to watch The Toys That Made Us.
The most recent one that I saw that had me bawling was the Robin Williams one. Oh my God, I was crying at the end of that.
I want to see Barbie and things like that. I want to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys and things. I want to see Toys That Made Us.
I heard what's his name, Mr. Rogers one was good.
Oh yeah, Gabe loved that.
That thing was, oh man, watch out for that movie. That thing broke everybody down in the theater. It was crazy how that can happen. I think I talked about it before, but yeah. It's just one of those things where not only is it just, brings you back to being a child. I don't know if Luis or Ryley, if they really had Mr. Rogers in their childhood on TV as much as I did or anybody else.
I did.
But it just, going back to that childhood time and listening to them talk about how he did it, and you start realizing that this will never, ever happen again. Because he started doing that type of show because he thought kids learning things through like stupid animals and loud screaming and really off-kilter stuff wasn't the way to teach kids. So he did it, his way. where he just actually talked to them. We'll never get something like that on TV ever again. Our kids will never see your kids, just as grandkids will never have an experience like that with childhood learning on TV.
So are we still talking about horror movies?
Yeah. Sorry to bring it down, everybody.
We're talking about Mr. Rogers' movie.
Before I left to go check on my dogs, I was going to suggest we should all, because I think it sounds like all of us are planning some sort of horror movie marathon, so we should all do, like, on the weekly show or whatever, a checkup for that.
Sure. That sounds fun. Just
like, I've watched these movies. Last year, we did the, like, one per day, but that was, especially for Megan, a little overwhelming.
Are we doing just horror movies for Halloween? Because I like Halloween-themed movies more than, like, horror movies and stuff like that.
You can watch whatever you want to watch.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm telling you what you can do. You can do anything you want to do.
Yeah, I like more Halloween themed movies, like the Halloween Tree, or stuff that takes place during Halloween, stuff like that.
Okay. I don't know what other movies that would be. Gabe is winning, basically.
Charlie Brown Halloween.
Yeah, Charlie Brown Halloween's great. I like the horror movie stuff as well. I'd rather watch, like, the Halloween Tree than anything else. Nightmare Before Christmas.
I've never seen that.
You never seen Nightmare Before Christmas, Jess?
No.
What?
I know. That's a failing on my part.
Just go do that right now. Like, somebody just end this whole show.
Is that a Halloween movie?
Yeah.
Or a Christmas movie?
A Halloween movie.
All right. I'll put that down.
All right. I got to go take the dog to the vet.
All right.
Yeah,
Dave Cage.
Dave Cage, right. Movies like The Crow. Stuff like that. Comic book movies are cool, too.
I love
The Crow is a good Halloween movie.
The Crow?
Yeah.
What about The Crow 2?
What about City of Angels or the TV show?
Wait, there was a Crow TV show, wasn't there?
Yeah.
It didn't last long. I actually liked, I think it was Crow 4, where it's, like, set in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. It's, like, in the middle of the deep south, and it's
Crow
a young
4?
There's quite a few movies, dude.
I think I've only seen one.
Is that the one with Kristen Dunst as the little girl?
I think so. It's like in the middle of nowhere, and he's tied up to a chair, and she's tied up to a chair, and they kill them both, and he ends up becoming the Crow. It's been a long time since I've seen those movies.
Let's clear up something in the chat. Today only, we had it at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to accommodate Ryley so he could defeat the table, because he couldn't be on at noon. But from now on, it'll always be noon Eastern Standard Time, unless there's some new table Ryley needs to defeat, and then we'll adjust the schedule. But I think he's finally defeated the table, and so we'll go back to having it at noon for 1 hour every Sunday. But we did adjust this a little early to accommodate Ryley. He had to take his dog to the vet.
Or any other time Ryley wants to do it early. Yeah, Dave K. There was a half-ass bootleg Twitch channel at the beginning of this.
Yeah, you'll have to go back. That's where Ryley defeated the table. And while I was setting this up, there was something that said YouTube Gaming, and I didn't get a chance to click on it, but I'll search it. So I'm wondering if there's a way to, if that's their answer to Twitch, YouTube Gaming. It looked like a cooperative type thing. I'll have to look at it, but I was too busy setting this up.
Yeah, I also want to still see about getting this stream to stream on different services too.
Right.
That some more. But I'm gonna break some news to Jake Knapp in the chat. They canceled that remake of The Crow with Jason Momoa.
I was pissed because of that. I had a lot of hope for that. I really thought that had potential.
Yeah, I think Jason Momoa is the casting of him as the Crow is 1,000,000,000 times better than him as Aquaman.
I could he'd have to slim down a little bit to get that like gaunt, lanky look, because he's a pretty big guy. But I could totally see him doing a Crow.
I can see him pull off. I can see him pull off a different body size Crow. I mean, yeah, sure, he was lanky goth kid in the books, and Jason Lee kind of continued with that. But I can see him being like a semi big, brawly guy as a Crow. I don't think that really is vital to the character.
Didn't they release some concept art out there of what he would have looked like?
It's just him with white face paint and black eyes.
But there was some concept art of like what they were shooting for as far as his appearance. It wasn't that drastic of a difference, but still, I thought it was pretty cool.
In the chat, Dave K is saying there are tons of live streams on YouTube, so maybe we can look on that if we want to do some type of gamer thing where you'll find out who really the worst gamer is in the group. That, of course, is the Silver Fox, who has the reflexes of a 90-year-old man. My handle.
Just do it. Right?
What's that?
I'm sorry, Jess. I was gonna say we should do a segment called "Old Man Yells at Video Games" and make you play games where you have to do a lot of like sneaking and crawling, like Metal Gear Solid games or something like that.
Jess plays Dark Souls. Let's make it a thing.
Yeah,
I was.
You can do it. Old Man Yells at Video Games.
Might be a good one. I played God of War 4 this morning. I had to get up really early because I was starting to get a headache, and I got up early, and like from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. I played God of War 4, and I got pissed a couple times, but I managed to get through a couple of bosses that were good. I'm still only 10% done with the game. I have no idea what other obstacles are going to get thrown in these guys' paths, because every 2 seconds they seem to get closer, and then Beelzebub shows up and throws them off for 20 miles. So I don't know. And Lloyd Wong, I did finish Star Trek Discovery, and I declared it my personal favorite Star Trek.
I remember that. Yeah. There's a lot of praise from the Silver Fox.
Yeah, I thought it was amazingly well done. Amazingly well done. Oh, yeah, I remember Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on the NES.
Love that game. The best part is still 30 years later, I probably still know all the tricks to beating each fighter. You gotta punch King Hippo in his fat stomach. His mouth first, and then you gotta punch him in his fat stomach.
That was a wildly popular game.
Yeah.
Wildly popular. Yeah, Old Man Yells at Video Games. That could okay, I could do that. You should hear if we could live stream my daughter and I playing Uncharted. She swears like a sailor, man. F word, MFer, bitch, this and that. She swears worse than I do.
Better watch out. You know what happens on the Fangirlz Assemble channel.
What happens?
Everybody wants to see their feet.
Okay, not having. I haven't. My daughter's been on root beer videos with me before. That hasn't happened. We will cover good horror comics in the month of October. That's a good question. We will cover horror comics. Gosh, the month of October is about 10 days away or closer. Even.
Yeah. Spoilers. I'm gonna recommend The Crossed every time.
Where's cock?
Where's cock?
I love October.
Yeah, me too.
I'll start my horror movie marathon tonight.
This is my favorite time of the year. Is autumn season.
Yeah, I'm starting my horror movie marathon tonight, so I'm excited. A little early, but
starting a little early. What are you starting with?
A little early. I think I'm going to start with Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, part 6 tonight.
Part 6. Okay.
Did you guys see Winchester? Speaking of like horror movies, yeah, that movie Winchester. Oh, okay. Well, you got
heard of it?
No, it's a movie about the Winchester Mansion, the haunted Winchester Mansion.
Oh, I visited that.
Yeah, there's a whole movie taking place. Like mid 1800s, if I remember correctly, when they're still like, well, it's always being built, but you know, back then it was all when it was first being constructed and it being haunted, and the whole like, you know, super fanatical like fan theory about what the mansion's really about. So it's really supernatural. No, it's not a documentary. It's an actual movie. It's one of those things that you would like, Jess, when you talk about it's something you don't see, and it's like it's not a possessed like house and stuff like that. So.
Okay, possessed house. I love it. Okay, I'm adding it right now. Winchester.
It was in theaters like last year.
I seem to recall that. Yeah. Okay. So, anything else, or are we finished up for today?
I think Thursday is Ron Mars.
Thursday or Wednesday?
Thursday.
You're sure it's Thursday?
The 26th. Yeah. That's when we used to do the interviews.
The interviews have always been on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is Wednesday. When's the 26th?
26 is on Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Wednesday then. Wednesday.
That's what I thought. Ron Mars will be our guest on Wednesday, September 26th. And coincidentally, not coincidentally, IST is going to have a Kyle Rayner Ron Mars written book for 50% off. I believe that's this week, in honor of our having Ron Mars on as a guest. Speaking of in-stock trades, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Omnibroslive discount comes every quarter. 2% loyalty discounts can get tacked on there too. Over $50 in orders gets you free shipping in the United States. Fabulous packaging and fabulous customer service. InStockTrades.com. That's where you need to go for your books.
When's the speaking of $50? When's the next
Thursday?
This Thursday?
Thursday is the $50 giveaway.
We're not doing Thursday shows anymore, right?
No, we're not doing Wednesday shows anymore, except for this Wednesday when we're having Ron Mars. We make it up as we go along.
And I'm the last one to know.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's the way it goes.
Yeah, and I depending on what happens in a comic book coming out that Wednesday, our interview with Ron Mars might be extra interesting.
Ooh, teaser.
You guys know about Heroes in Crisis, right?
I only know the name of it. I don't know anything that's going on in it.
Is that this week where they all go to therapy or whatever?
Yeah, that's going to be on Wednesday.
Oh, we got to talk about that.
Well, here the thing is, someone's supposed to die. There's all the promotional material and advertising DC's putting out about that is it shows, I think, 6 characters, and it says somebody's going to die in issue 1 of Heroes in Crisis. So one of those characters that's one of the possibly going to die is Kyle Rayner.
That's not going to happen.
So if he does die in that issue, that's the same exact day that we have Ron Mars, who created Kyle Rayner.
That would be interesting. That'd be cool. Wow.
Wow. Okay.
What's the over-under? Everybody's saying it's going to be Speedy, right?
No. Everyone's really saying it's going to be Kyle, because there's another poster that came out. Or not poster, but the cover to Heroes in Crisis #1 has all of those characters that are on the list of who's going to die, except Kyle Rayner. So that is making people speculate that it is going to be Kyle Rayner who dies in issue 1.
Speedy has been pushing his luck since 1976. I
He's
mean,
been pushing a lot of heroin too.
Is he on the smack again? Is he on the little arm candy?
He's chasing the dragon.
He has been pushing it with his addiction issues for 45 years, man. I'm worried about that guy. It's time for him to get clean.
He needs Jess as a sponsor.
That's right. I'll be Speedy's sponsor. Okay, well, we've been on for an hour, and we talked for an hour, and Ryley beat the table. We talked about scary movies, talked about a wide variety of things. You guys want to add anything before we close?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Go
Peace
see
and-
Mandy. That's sorry.
Have you seen Mandy?
We talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, go see Mandy is what I'm telling everybody to do. That's it.
Okay. And Gabe, I'll let you have the final word here. Go. Gabe, you have the final word.
I know. I was just not going to